This is Sean. I'm on a job down here in Ramsewer today and got my big excavator. We're going to be doing some culvert installation today. And I usually don't travel down this far, but I've got my buddy Carson here. This is your homestead area, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's take a walk down here.
All right.
So what are we trying to get accomplished today?
Well, we're trying to get the culvert pipe put in to where we'll have access to the property in order to get equipment in for grading, and we've got a small pond that's going to need repair. So in order to be able to get the trailers and whatnot in here, we'll need a good access point.
Okay, so this is kind of a first step for us.
Yes, sir.
So this looks like a trail that's already kind of been here, hasn't it?
Yes, this is a established trail.
Okay.
But we're going to turn it into a permanent part of the property. In order to do that, it's going to need some drainage pipe. That way the water can continue to flow underneath it and not wash it out.
And it's going to be a little bit more permanent.
That's right.
So we got 3 sticks of 10 footers?
8 footers.
8 footers, okay. These got delivered yesterday?
Yep.
I'm going to dig and you're going to lift these up and put them in?
Yep. That's the plan.
All right.
Or worst case, we'll roll them in.
Yeah. All right, awesome. This is the entrance looking from the inside out. So he's already got these nice established trees here. So we can just clear this opening up a little bit. The plan is to start by taking out some of these trees and clearing out. So these trees here, this sweet gum, these are all sweet gum trees. So they're no good. All right, we're not having any luck trying to push on this huge stump. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to cut this tree because it's leaning hard into the road over here. So if we cut that one, then we'll still have these two attached to try to get the stump out. So that's what we're gonna work on. And hopefully I can get that pushed over out of the way. make me nervous. That's why you hired me. So that kind of makes me nervous doing that, but boy, that was nice and controlled. So what we did here is we cut our notch, got that out of the way, and then when you go through your holding wood, so you want to go straight through your holding wood and you want to leave a little bit here. And so what that does is that keeps the tree fairly stable, and then I go ahead and push it over the rest of the way. So, woo! That was a pretty big one. I've been digging on this big stump for quite a while here, and I can push on the trees and the stump doesn't even budge. So Carson said he wants to bring in a machine that's a tick bigger. So we're going to abandon that and work on getting these out of here. And we talked about even moving the driveway entrance over a little bit, and that would kind of straighten it out. So he likes that a little bit better. So I'm going to work on getting these 3 trees out of here for now.
A little feller.
That's a good snake to have around.
They kill and eat copperheads and rattlesnakes.
Yep, that's a nice one. He's kind of cold though.
He says, I was sleeping. That woke me up.
Yep. Let's get him out of the way here. That's a nice snake right there. All right, cut into your holding wood. I said cut into your holding wood. little bit more of the Holden wood. A little bit. Hey, and if it starts to go, just drop the chainsaw and move. So we realized that there's a culvert in here, and I think that's a 20-inch culvert. The ones he had were 15s. So he wants me to dig this out, try to get this piece of culvert out, and he may buy some more of that size. So I moved the other ones back out of the way for him. So he's gonna figure out what he wants to do.
Trying to mow yesterday and it died.
It happens.
Yeah.
John Deere's got no steering. Oh no! Oh, you're the mechanic. You gonna swoop in and save the day? Thank you. We were hoping that when I pushed this tree over, it would hit this sweet gum off to the left there and take it out. But as you can see right there, it just glanced right off of it. So those sweet gums, those two that were remaining on that big stump, are still there today. They would not die. When you're using an excavator to take down a tree, you want to leave it in big chunks. Well, this is what we got finished today. So we got quite a much bigger, wider entranceway here. We don't have any culvert yet, but we'll get that in a couple weeks. And we got a pretty big fire burning back there too. So what do you think?
Excellent job. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Trees are extra stubborn.
I don't know if you can see that fire back there or not, smoking. I am back out here this morning. We're going to try to get these culverts in today. So let's take a look. So Carson's been in here for what, a couple weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Doing a bunch of work, getting those other stumps that were right here. He got those ground down. He got a bunch more of the brush cleared away. So it's starting to look pretty good. And we got some culverts here today. So tell us about these culverts, Carson.
Right. 24-inch inside diameter DOT concrete culverts.
How much do they weigh?
They're rated 2,800 pounds a piece.
All right, so we're going to be rolling these things around and try to get them lined up because my machine won't pick these up. Oh, and you got the ends cut already for the finished ends on each side. Cool deal. I don't think there's a whole lot of water in this ditch to begin with, so hit it.
Usually she'll make it.
It's just a little bit wet out. Just a little bit wet out. Watch that camera back there. You don't want to try again? Anyway, as I was saying, we were a little bit worried about our fall here. I don't think there's a ton of water that's running through this ditch, but at the same time, we were getting a little bit deep over there on that side. So the ditch kind of ends right here, and then it just kind of flows out across the woods right there. I think there's a creek down in there somewhere, but we want to get this somewhat with the contour of the street and the contour of how the land is already falling. In other words, if we go too deep here, there's nowhere for the water to go after that. I'm not sure how much these segments of culvert pipe weighed, and so my plan was to just roll them around a little bit. And here's Carson with his tractor. We were going to try to just finagle them and position them into position, but what ended up happening is I tried to lift one of them with the excavator and it lifted it, no problem. I think we need to get it this way and then slide it. I think he's gonna crawl in there. I think we're just not going in straight.
Well, it's that, and there's some particles in here.
There's some debris in there?
Yeah.
Do I get to grab your feet and slide you back out of here?
That's worst case stuff. Worst case scenario. Hey, hand me one of them short pieces of rebar. Let me see if I can dig some of this mess out.
Alright, we got the pipe together. Carson said he likes where it's positioned. We got our joints pretty good. And so now we're going to start bedding it. Everything looks good and straight. Heading on down the way. Alright, we got our culvert in. We tried to get it pretty much at the same angle as the road, so you can see we're pretty close right there. So we got it compacted. Now this is going to be sitting here for a little while, so we didn't go crazy with compaction because it'll settle. if we were going to be bringing gravel right in over top of it today, we would have compacted it quite a bit more and bedded it a little bit better, but it'll settle there for a few weeks. This is Sean. I'm out here in Ramsewer today, and I'm back at my friend Carson's property. So I've got my new skid steer out here, and he wants a little bit of work done today. So we're gonna see if we can get that done for him. I've also got my new trailer that I built, so that's been working out really, really well. It's about 45 minutes down here from my place, so it pulled it really well. So that's what we're working on today. Let me show you what we got going on down here. Carson's got this little building here on his property, and he asked me to come down with the skid steer and break it apart. He wants to use the cinder blocks, kind of like riprap, to armor an area on the backside of his pond. So that's what we're working on today here.
Take out that little bit of wall, and I'll come grab it here, and you grab it there, and then we'll walk it, the whole thing back, either forward or backwards.
That's what I was thinking, but you're kind of trapped by trees, aren't you?
No, we'll go bring it like diagonal a little bit this way.
I don't know. He wants to save the roof.
Well, right now we can definitely take that wall out.
Okay, yep.
And then, because I got it holding up, and
Yep.
we'll just see what we can do.
All right.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
I'll start cutting these.
Look at the size of this horsefly. I don't know if you can see him or not. Look at that proboscis. All right, we're making pretty good progress on the cleanup, and we just found this little guy. That's a black rat snake, and you see how his eyes are cloudy? That means he's about to molt. So he may be kind of ticked off. They usually don't get too happy when their eyes cloud over like that, so they can't see too well. Come on, little guy. You can smell me. There we go. There we go. Well, he's holding on good. He's holding right on.
We need that center block, bro.
Yeah, we need that cinder block. There he goes. Come on out. Here, will you hold the camera? Just aim it. There we go. Let's get him out of there. There we got him. There he goes. That's just a black wrapped snake. It's a nice one. What is he, about 2 feet?
Maybe 3, 2.5.
You want to say hi?
Do not bring them over. I need them far away from where I'm going to be.
I am back out here. This is my friend Carson's place. It's probably been about 4 months, and he's had a ton of gravel and stuff brought in over those culverts. So I wanted you to take a look. So he did all this work with his tractor. This is pokeberry here. Don't eat it. So look at that. Look at that approach. He brought a ton of dirt in over here and really built it up. So now he eased that quite a bit. But the reason I'm out here is he wants me to take a look at his pond. It's sprung a leak in the dam. And he also called the guys who built it. But I'm out here before they are. He wanted me to take a look. So that's what I'm working on today. But yeah, pretty cool, huh? Look at that. This is Carson's pond. They finished this one a couple of weeks after I finished my pond project, and so it's been filling up for several weeks now. But as it's been filling up, a couple days ago, Carson noticed that on the far side of the dam there is a leak that has popped out, and so he's not sure where it's coming from. Once we get over to the other side of the dam here, you can see what's going on with the leak. And so it's just like water that's just erupting from the ground right here. And Carson said it was about as strong as maybe a couple of garden hoses pointing upward. And you can see it right there. It's just water just shooting out of the ground. Obviously it's under pressure and it's lower than the level of the water. So we're going to try to figure out what's going on here, but there you can see it. Alright, you saw that drone footage of the leak. So visibility is not very good in here, but we're going to see if we can find this leak. As you may have guessed, this pond water was just way too muddy, so there was just no visibility. I dove down a couple times along the bank and you couldn't see anything in here. And so that was basically what I was going to try to do, was try to find the leak, but the visibility was just impossible. So unfortunately I wasn't able to get in there and find anything in the water. The visibility in this pond is just zero, so I really don't know how to find this leak. Now, I have done a little bit of commercial diving, repairing overflows in ponds that were underwater, and I've had okay success with that, but this is it's just filling up and it's got all this bare soil here that's just washing in. And so, I mean, it drops off pretty good down here. Part of the problem may be that the leak is way down low and the buildup of pressure, head pressure, is causing it to poke through and start leaking and flowing. So you may have to drain this back down to find it, but boy, I don't know. So I guess I'm glad I'm not the one who built this and has to worry about a leak. I've been looking around and I can't really figure out what's going on with this leak here. But one thing I did want to check on was I wanted to see if this was cloudy, muddy water coming out of here. And it looks pretty muddy, so I just wanted to take a quick sample. Alright, so hopefully you can see that, but it looks like the pond water. I was worried that that might be a spring or something like that, but it looks like it's coming from the pond. I mean, that's definitely the same color as the pond. Hopefully you can see that. So I'm not really sure what he's going to do about this. One thought I had was just to try to smash this down a little bit, but if it's coming through all of that, then we're in big trouble. I will go ahead and end this video here. That culvert's been working out really well for Carson. He's been moving his equipment back and forth across it. He's got all his crusher run done, so everything's in really good shape there. And as far as the pond goes, he contacted the previous owner of the property, and they said that there was an old overflow pipe in there. It was a 3-inch galvanized and had been broken off. So it sounds like very similar to the pond that I did previously. And so right now the pond is draining down. And so if we find that pipe, I'll do a follow-up video where we repair that pipe. But for now, I'll go ahead and end this video here. Thanks for watching.